Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. What do you think of that? Yet another Ben Sound tune. Yep, it's called Downtown. Yeah, downtown LA. So listen up, you guys. What we're going to do today is we're going to do some stuff. Actually, I've got a few little changes. Well, no, this is back in the day. Well, not that far ago. Actually, like a couple of weeks ago, months ago, I was looking at the London breakout, and I know a few of you have commented on that and said, "When's the update coming?" Well, here it is, but it's not called the London breakout anymore. I've now changed it to the Asian crossover. What do you make of that then? Well, that's what it's called. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking with this, that I'm probably going to run this next week, I think, if I can. The trouble is, this is not one you can set in the morning and forget. I don't think. You need to spend a bit of time on it. And what we need to be doing is... see, I'm figuring that you need to be looking at it about 3 or 4 hours after the London Open, so probably around 12 o'clock. This is what I've noticed, that if it's going to do what it's going to do, it's going to do it around 3 or 4 hours after. Or at least that's when you can place your order. So here's what we're looking at. I've got to change this tune because it's a little bit manic in the background, isn't it? So let's see, I'll bring it up there. It's just too many bongos in that for me. Right, I'll change that in the background while I'm talking to you. I'm going to multitask. I didn't think I could do that. I thought you had to have I didn't think you could have a willy or a pecker or whatever you want to call it and multitask. Let's see if I can find something a little bit more. Well, I don't know now, actually. See what I can find. Let's try this. This is another Ben Sound job. All right. Oh, welcome aboard. This is your ever sexy Forex trader speaking, Clever Sis. We'd like to welcome you to the Forex show. That's right, today we've got for you some Forex. Unbelievable. I guess your jaws are all on the floor. Pick 'em up. It's really happening. A Forex video about... That's right, Forex. A video so good, it makes you want to talk like this. Alright, that's enough of that crap. We can't have that on in the background. We'll have to go back to our old favourite. And you all know we love this one. Oh yeah. The old favourite, this one. Alright, let's leave that in the background. Just nice and low. Don't want to interrupt myself, do we? Goodness me. Alright, let's talk about this thing I've been thinking about and talking about and watching about. Oh, by the way, I'm on a bit of a losing streak. I'm on like two out of 3 losses this last 3 trades. I'm not happy about it. But and I'm actually just broke even last month, last week, sorry. 5% last month, broke even last week. The end of it. I'm not happy about that. Anyway, this is this Asian crossover. So you'll see this indicator here. Now what I'm going to do is put a link in this video, which will link you to the London breakout templates and indicators, which is this. But what we've done, we've got one of these indicators, which is the I sessions, and we've just changed the time, which is basically the Asian session. Now for me, this is actually US close. It's like 5 o'clock US time. In the UK, this is 10 o'clock at night, this bar. So we pick it up from an hour after this bar, and then we run for 8 bars. So kind of like have a look what time it says down there. See how mine says 1 o'clock, because the broker time is what we're talking about. So mine's 1 until 9. See that bar's 9 o'clock. So that's what I'm using. Alright, so that's the I sessions indicator, and I've got I've got nothing going on here, none colours, nothing, because I'm not interested in the other sessions. I'm only interested in this one. That's right. Stand by. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that rather than trading this breakout, which in fairness can get whipsawed in it, you know, if this is what have you, because before we got it, it's just quite a lot different. But anyway, forget all that before. Let's work on this. What we're doing now is this Asian crossover. Now the theory is, and we're going to walk back and we're going to try it out and see how it works. As usual, I haven't really looked deeply, so this is where we find out together: was it any good? Is it any good? Do we need to sack it? All right. So the theory being that, and obviously this is clearly not a win. So the theory being that 3 hours or 4 hours later, this has gone one side or the other of this box, and the moment it's gone to this side. So we set a stop order to buy it, in this case, back on its way back up, and we're coming out. This is our target, the other side here. So the other side of the box is the target. So as it comes back up, we get filled here. This isn't a winning trade, you can see that. Now it's up to you if you think, oh, it's dead in the water, I'm getting out, or you can just hold. So where are we going to put our stop? Now we could say I'm going to put it down here. I think that's too much. Anything more than one of these is too much. If anything, I'd like to be putting it at about 50% there, but I'm not sure it can be done. So if you got a 25 pip stop there, you'd have got stopped out here probably. No, you wouldn't. If you got a if that's a 50 pip box, how big is this box? Let's work it out. So this box is 56 pips. So our entry is here, plus the spread, which is about 1.5 for this pair during the market. So it's Sunday again, by the way, and I've been out in football. I've been stood in the soaking rain, getting soaked, while my poor lad in goal has been getting even more soaked and even more muddy. Played well though, bless him. Played well. Right, so 25, half of that, let's say half of that box is 28 pips. 28 pips. So how would we have fared on that? Well, we'd have got stopped out here, wouldn't we? So let's assume we lost that trade. And this one, no trade. This one, no trade. So we can't be doing this on one pair, no trade. Now, we'd have got a fill there. Let's have a look, see if we'd have got stopped out. 70, so 35 or 36 pips. If we'd have got a fill there, it depends, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have been thinking that this was going to cross up. So I think we'd have lost that one. With no fill there. Wow, we get a fill there, but it's not going to do it. I would say that, to be honest, the size of that move, I probably wouldn't bother. Now this one, this is a bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, so I wonder if we could work it so that we say, all right, so when you get 50% outside the box, so this is the box. I mean, we could use these pivots, but we're not going to do that. We're trying to keep this really simple. So if we were to do outside that box, 25 pips, then we put our ticket in. Yeah, okay, let's figure that out then. So we'll put that there. I'll tell you what, should we do? Hey, I've got an idea. Shall I get the epic pen? No, I won't do that. What I'll do is this. I'll get this like this. Oh, we've got short trend lines, so we have the ray turned off. Oh, just in case you didn't know, see these short lines like this, look, see, trend line properties. If we put the ray on, they just go forever. It's a little tip. You see, I put it in one of the other videos actually, but just in case you happen to be watching and thinking, how does this work? Alright, so now we've got that line, we can put it there. So, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, no fill there. We'd have put our ticket in from there. Okay, let's go back. This is just one pair, don't forget. We're going to have a look at some other pairs. So, we said we're going to put, once it gets 50% outside, so 45 pips upwards, we're placing our stop order there. Now, that's unfortunate, because you're going to get stopped out there. So this pair doesn't look very good at all, does it? It's my favourite pair as well at the moment. Alright, okay, so we got 50%, so if we get to 35, yes, we've got a buy in there with a 35 pip stop. You know, if you'd have hung on, you'd have just got that once you were in, or would you have just closed it here just to take something off the table? Alright, next day, no fill. No, that's just too much. I wouldn't be interested in that. Now this one, just although it breaks out, it doesn't close out. So I would say this is range bound, which it does appear to be. So let's say we're looking for a closeout of 1 or 2 bars. Then let's change that rule slightly. So we've got, you got to get a couple of bars closed outside, at least half of this as well. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, this strategy is building. We're making this together. There's no... You can't get me words out. There's no I in Team America. Yeah, I know. It's off a film, isn't it? I can't remember which film it is there. No, Phil there. Right, so there. I don't think we're going far enough, are we, to get a fill? No. I don't like the look of this strategy at the minute, do you? These pin bars would make you want to buy it, that wouldn't they? You think, oh, it's got to cross. It's got to cross. It doesn't cross until there. And actually, I wouldn't say that'd get you out of the trade, because that's caused by the overnight rollover. Get a fill there, stop out. Do you know what? I don't think this strategy is any good, do you? That's the breakout, and that's the cross back. Oh, on that bar you'd be interested, but I'm trying to get this mechanical. Yeah, comes back across, only makes it. I don't think we can go for the full cross. This is just poor, this pair. Like, let's swap pairs, because that's rubbish. Nothing more than rubbish. I'm already losing interest in this strategy. How about you? Listen, I didn't say the strategy I show you work. I just said I show you them. Okay, obviously that's a win. Alright, so we're up here. We do get more than 50%. It's only 16 pips. So the stop on this would be 16 pips on the way back down. Let's have a look where this... I think you're going to get stopped out here. In this, all this action here. I don't think you're going to survive it. You'd have to have a stop that was bigger, because you'd be filled on there. I think you'd be stopped out on that, unless you got a bigger stop, but then your risk-reward ratio is wrong. See what I mean? To match this strategy, of course, which is the Asian crossover. Right, so we're gonna get a fill here, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. No, but no fill. No fill. Unless you were really unfortunate and you were on that. That could actually cost you, couldn't it? No good. Well, that comes and just... That's another stop out, that is. I think this strategy is lousy. I probably wouldn't be interested in it myself. Unless I can find a pair that this works on. If I can find a good pair, one of them. But then nothing's ever the same, is it? This is a poor strategy. This is. I thought I'd give it a look though, and I'd like to share it with you as I do. Do you know? I was looking at it the other day, and I was thinking this looks alright actually. But when you break it down, and I only ever tend to do that when I'm explaining it to other people, which is what I'm trying to do now. Look at that. I mean, it does cross there, but it's a small range. This is a clear win. That's, well, you got to wait 4 hours. That's a clear win. Yeah, that's a clear win. I mean, we're out here. If this comes back down, we want to be on board, don't we? So, although we had some rubbish trades earlier, and this is another wool loss, by the way. That'd be a loss, unless you're getting out. I'll be honest with you, if it doesn't cross pretty well, like a tank, over a couple of hours, then it's not going to do it. Look at that. If you were to trade that one at that point, which is probably less than 4 hours, it's not crossing. I'm thinking here, actually, that there's something in the fact that if it doesn't make it across, it's not going to make it across, and then you should maybe sell it. So maybe we need to relook at this strategy in a minute, and then the video is going to go on a bit too long. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's have a look. So we said about... I don't think you'd be selling that. I don't think that's a fill. I don't think you'd put your ticket on. See what I mean? Oh, excuse me. It either makes it clean across, look, or it doesn't. I mean, that was a big rejection, wasn't it? I mean, would you have put your ticket in when it's this far away? maybe. It's hard to say, isn't it? You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Look at that. We're going to get, if you did on this one, put your ticket in, you're going to get stopped out. No fill. Clear cross here. 3 good hours outside. You'd be tempted to put it on that one, wouldn't you? That's a clear cross as well. No fill. Ranging. See, I think actually we've discovered something here. That if this thing isn't outside of here in a couple of 3 or 4 hours or so, if you got little bits in there, that's all it's going to be. Look at that. No fill, really, because you wouldn't have been trading that down. You might have been trading this one. It's a few pips outside. You probably think, oh, I'll put my order in. Yeah, you got a definite fill on that. Stop-wise, 25 pips. Yeah, and right on the edge with that one. Oh, no, you'd be alright, yeah. Yeah, that'll be a win. That, don't know. I don't think we'd have put the ticket in, and if you did, you would have put it in there, but by then it's close of day. You wouldn't want to be trading then. If you're not in already, forget it. This is more like it. So we're outside. We only come back in. We don't make it all the way though. We get a fill on this one, but actually, this would be a stop out. Let's get real. Let's not try and kid ourselves here. This is real money. You know, we're not messing about. What you don't want to do is try and, because it's easy to make these charts work for you, and I'd rather just be realistic about it and think to myself, look at that. Do you know what? Look at that. It's another fill there. These levels, though, you know what I mean? You could use these as some kind of, because it often comes back and bounces. Look, see, comes to the Asian session here. This box is well respected, isn't it? I think we should change this strategy. I do, 100%. What we could do is, actually, what shall we do with it? We could use it as a pivot. No, you'd have to be looking at the price action. It's as simple as that, wouldn't you? You couldn't just say, well, because it's outside of it, I'm going to put a limit order there. You could do, and if you put it outside, you know, well, you wouldn't. It'd be difficult to get a fill on that. But then you might put a limit order there for the bounce. Here, you know, this is just a horrible thing, isn't it? I wouldn't know what to do with that. I'll be honest with you. And you know what? This is the thing, and I'm guilty of this myself. If you see something like this and you're thinking, oh, I just don't know what to do with that, well, then don't do anything. Sit on your hands, wait for it to play out, and then, or move to another pair. Because I've done this. It's forcing trades, and it's really, really, really bad for your account. So there we go. Look, we've got a little bit of a break out of this area. Not much of one. We come back, and then we go in again. But then we revisit this area. Look, you'd have to put perhaps a grid in of, you know, 2 or 3 tickets, and split your risk up on that, I think. And you might get a fill on one. You know, put say every 5 pips. Put 3 or 4 tickets every 5 pips from 10 pips, or depending on the average daily range, of course. Right. So there we go again. So we've done it again here, just outside. No, we didn't do it there. We did definitely do it there. Look, it's managing the money on that's going to be a little bit awkward. Managing the risk. Well, like so, we're outside. So we put a limit there. You'd have to, I don't know where you'd put your stop. You put your grid in, 1, 2, 3, 4 tickets, say, or 5 tickets even. So if you're a 10k trader, you could put 5 2ks in, for example. Outside, we got fills here. I mean, we're getting smashed there, unless stops up here. But then we'd be looking for a similar target of 60 pips, and we don't get it. Nice, look at that. See, it comes in the box. Rejection here. Look at this rejection. Nice, that is. Have we got anything here? Yeah, we've got another one here. Look, another fill there. And we get target on there. Hey, this works better, doesn't it? I don't know why I've got this pair on. I don't really trade it. I don't really watch it much. Our old friend the guppy. Let's have a look at that. Do we get the same kind of thing here? Didn't really go outside until here. Too late in the day, really. Let's get real. Let's keep it real. That's the thing. You got to keep this trading real, because if you don't, you end up in Fantasyville. There we go. We've got a fill here. A fill and a victory. So we've got a nice clearance here. It's worth popping a limit in there, isn't it? Or several. I've got some scripts somewhere. Not really here. Nothing happening there. This you would definitely get stopped out on. That's a stop out. Outside, it's not really clear, is it? See, I think what we're looking for is a couple of candles clear, isn't it? You know, like you put your... This isn't enough. Although it does look like a bull flag, doesn't it? Look, that's definitely a... It's definitely on its way up, that is. It's easy to say that, I know, because I'm looking at it going up. All right. Oh, I don't know what to say now. I don't know what to say. Listen, I tell you what. Why don't you have a look at it? Download this stuff. Change the times on iSessions to your... Basically an hour after close. See? So there's the closed line, the session separator field. There's the closed line. So 1 till 9 I've got. Which is more or less the Asian session. For me, because this is 2 hours. Midnight is 10 o'clock at night, so that's actually 11 at night until 7 in the morning, which I think is almost the Asian session. Almost, anyway. I don't know what time that is for the US, and I just can't be working it out right now. Right, okay, let's have a look then. We should have one more look at the pound US dollar, because that's the one we would expect to do something. So we get the limit fill there, but these wicks, I say, let's forget that. We haven't got... This is what we're looking for, some solid movement, no fill there. Any solid movement? Yeah, that's 2 strong bars. Let's have it. See, it's like 2 strong bars, or it's more than this range. That's what we could do. We need to try and make some rules, don't we, to keep it sort of mechanical. See that? No point. Yes, we want this one. Stop out. Only 1 bar. Do we want another one? I mean, look at this. It's in. You can see the previous resistance there, so don't bother. Not really strong bars. It's a shame because actually you're close there. You're not going to get a fill there. Not strong enough. I'm not sure I can make anything out of this, if I'm honest with you. I mean, feel free to download the stuff. See what you can do with it. I mean, you might be able to do something more with it. The general idea is there. I mean, all I'm ever trying to do is provoke thought. It's well known I'm not trying to give anybody the answers because I don't know the answers, and I don't think many people do. But I'm just trying to give you some ideas, really. I'm trying to give myself ideas at the same time. You know, we're all learning together. So, download the stuff. Have a go at it. You know, if you learn anything, for sure, drop a comment. Share it with the rest of the people that are on here. And we could, we could all be rich one day. Just as a quick update, the levels indicator is in a state of repair, shall we say. You remember those clever levels from the other video? Well, that's going to be... Hopefully I'm going to get another video on that next week. And it's actually playing quite well. Actually, let's see if I can... So I've got this at the minute, which is... so you've got dates now. But I don't like it like that. It just doesn't... I don't want the information on there. I want it in the titles of the objects. But that's from 1996, that level. Look at these quarterly levels here. This is what we're talking about. Look. You know what I mean? Just all these levels. And if you get the right price action in the right place, then you need to be jumping in on it. That's my theory. There's lots of them. I've got absolutely tons on here, though. I've got more than I would normally have because I'm just testing this dates thing. But anyway, there you go. That's what's coming soon. All right, listen, download this stuff, and I'm hoping you can make millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of pips with it. I think it's time I went. I'm actually annoying myself. No, I really am. I'm annoyed myself because I thought that was going to be a decent system, this crossover thing. But actually, it's rubbish, isn't it? It's just rubbish. Let's face it. It's the rubbish system, Asian crossover. I'm going to actually title this video Asian crossover trade rubbish system. See for yourself. That's what I'm going to call it. If you're still here, I hope you're laughing as well, because it's gone on far too long. You know what? I'm just going to say goodbye. Are you ready? Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.